Okay, greetings to all. Today is going to be a little bit different. Today is only going to be for those people who are conscious, who are awake, who are aware of what's going on in the world today and what's going on in their surroundings. All right? What's happening? What are you aware of? What do you think of? But before we get into that, I have a question. And this question is, well, maybe the most important question that you're ever going to be asked in your life. The question is this: where do you come from? Okay, when I say where do you come from, do you know where you come from? And I'm not talking about if you come from Jersey or you come from Cali or if you come from Florida or if you come from Mississippi or Alabama, Chicago. I'm not talking about places like that. That's where you reside, that's where you live. But where do you come from? Where did you come from? Okay, let me just take it another step further. Now, some of you might say, well, I was born in the hospital. I came from the hospital. No, you came through the hospital. Well, I came from my mama. No, you came through your mother. Her vaginal canal was an opening for you to come through. But where did you come from? Now, I want you to start thinking about that seriously, because once you find out, once you learn where you came from, then you're going to find out why you are here, what your job is, what your divine purpose is here, what you are here to do. Because going back to that point of your origin, of coming from before you came to the physical and third dimension, once you understand and know that, then you are going to know what your job is, what your mission is, what you are here to do, and how you are going to do it. That's a very important question. Now, don't rush into it. I want you to think on it, meditate on it, and once you find out where you came from, you'll know who you are divinely. You'll know what your purpose is divinely. You know what you've come here to do divinely. Now, this is not for everybody. This is only for those people who are willing to understand, overstand. That being said, I want to take the time out this time is to thank all of those of you who have donated, contributed, sent love gifts. If anything I say here today or before or have said, and it means something to you and has some value and it gives you some awareness, some enlightenment, I ask you to donate, contribute, send me a love gift. My PayPal, jaes123, or on my Cash App, $jaes124. 124. I would greatly appreciate it. Every little bit helps, as they say. Because the question is very important, because a lot of us are walking around here not knowing where we came from, not knowing what our job is, not knowing why we're here, not really making contact with those who are here to help assist and to aid those who are trying to find their way. And when you know where you are, then you know, or know where you came from, then you know where you're going back to. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, again, this isn't for everybody. Those of you who are going to be offended, upset by things that I say, refer to my Thursday post yesterday. You'll be fine. All right. I want you to know some things that I want you to put on your, or focus with your, what we call your crisis radar. Okay, your crisis radar. Because there are things going on around the planet that you may not be aware of. They're not letting you know. But I'm going to tell you some things. Like I told you in the beginning of the year, back in January, I told you, keep your eye on Russia and Ukraine. You see what's happening over there now. Now, another thing, I'm going to tell you this. Pay attention. Pay close attention to this, because if this happens, there's going to be some serious shit going on. All right? Now, Ukraine is trying their best, research it, look it up, to get into NATO. They want to become part of NATO. Why? The North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Because if they can get into NATO, that means there are other countries that are in NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty, those people there, they will be obligated to go in and help the Ukrainians fight the Russians. That means this. Pay attention now. If that were to happen, That means that the United States will be obligated to go in and fight the Russians on behalf of the Ukrainians. And if that was to happen, what do you think is going to happen next? Another thing you pay attention to, it says that over the news that Putin is pulling back his troops, pulling that they're leaving certain areas and stuff, because he has said that he is not afraid of, well, I'll use that terminology, that's not his words, of dropping a minor nuclear bomb. All right? Shit is starting to get thick. All right? I'm not saying this is going to happen, man, but pay attention to that, because the shit going on over there, Ukraine, Russia, and if they get, like I said, if they can get into NATO, that's going to be some serious shit. You better pay attention to that. That's going to change the whole dynamic of things. Another thing you pay attention to is North Korea. North Korea is firing off missiles left and right. Now, if one of those missiles falls short and hit Japan by, let's say, accident, then America is obligated to take part in that as well, to do something about that. Okay, you gotta watch these things. You know, if you're, again, anything I'm saying to you, if it means anything, give a donation and you'll be fine. And I got more information to come for you. But you have to stay awake and be attentive. Okay? Like it says, a silent tongue and an attentive ear. Okay? You've got to pay attention. Because again, if any of those missiles happen, now don't give me this shit about, well, when Trump was president, he didn't fire missiles. No, I don't want to hear that bullshit. That's all part of the game that they play. And you fall for it. So don't give me that shit about what Trump did and what Biden did, what Obama did and what Bush did. All that's all part of the game that they play. Pay attention. You pay attention, because it's going to have an effect on you. Another thing that you want to pay attention to is OPEC. Okay, what have they done? They are cutting the oil production in half now. They're not going to produce as much oil as did before, which is going to cause an energy crisis. You're going to see gas shoot way up. Now, the thing is that there's enough gas in reserve that America has where this doesn't really have to happen. They don't get that much gas from other countries, a small percentage, really. If you look at the dynamics of it, look at the economics of it, but it's all part of the bullshit game that they're playing. So keep an eye on OPEC and keep an eye also on Germany and who was it? That other country that they're involved with? Germany and Poland. There it is. Germany and Poland. Poland is suing Germany for 1 point something trillion dollars for World War II. That's the little crisis going on. They said prices over there in Iran. Iran is having problems now over there as well. A lot of shit going on over there in Iran. You got to be awake. You got to pay attention. You can't just go back to sleep and think everything's going to be okay. It's not. Shit is getting thick. Before the end of this year, something serious is going to take place, and a lot of you all are not going to be prepared for it. You're just going to come, oh, I didn't know. You can't say you don't know because you're being told. You have to pay attention to these things. Okay? Like I said, don't sleep what's going on over there in Ukraine. And another thing with Ukraine, and understand this, America has given them billions of dollars to help find. I'm not saying you don't have to help people, but you're giving them billions of dollars when you walk around here in this country, in every major city, you're seeing people in the streets who are homeless, who have nothing, and they are walking around here, and you're giving money to another country that you ain't got shit really to benefit from, and you're allowing people in this country to go around homeless, not with anything, nothing to eat, no place. I don't care who you are. It's a matter of fact. You got to pay attention. Why? And you talk about you care about the American people? Bullshit. You don't. All you care about is staying in power. If you got $1 billion to give to other countries, why not take $1 billion and help the homeless? Help those people that can't eat. Huh? Because of the fact that you're playing the political game. When they say in the Constitution, it says, we, the people of the United States of America, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure tranquility, promote common defense, blah, 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 blah. That's for the people. But that's not for the people. It's for the people who are in charge. The govern you men. That's what it is. To govern over you and to rule over you. That's all part of the game. Pay attention to the things I mentioned of this worldwide crisis. Keep your radar up. Look around, see what's going on. And those of you who find anything I said that's beneficial, I ask you to donate, contribute. I appreciate it. Another thing, too, about you people out there, I'm going to tell you this, too. You are programmed. What do I mean when I say that? I mean this. When I say you are programmed, I can guarantee you that in many homes, millions of people's homes, at, let's say, 9 o'clock in the evening, they'll be watching a certain TV program because you're programmed to tune in. Oh, that's my show, man. That's my story, man. Oh, man, I dig that. And you go and you watch it because you're programmed. And if you and to show you how far into the programming that you are, if there is an episode coming on during the week and you can't see it, you get your remote, you press that button, and you scroll to where that part is, and you press record, so you'll have it when you get home. When you're not there, you'll be able to record it. That is programming. I don't care what you want to think it is or isn't. You are programmed. You are programmed to sit in front of that television and watch certain things that they have programmed you to watch that you can't not do without because you can't afford to miss your program. Man, I can't miss my show, man. I got to see what so-and-so is doing. And those are all, everything that you see on the television is fake. And I'm going to talk about that later on. I'm going to talk about the lies and the liars and the lies that you have been taught from school, from government, from your religion, from everything that you think that you know. They have been lying to you from the beginning. And you fall for the lies because you are asleep. You think you're awake. You think you're conscious. Again, this message isn't for everybody. Those of you who don't like it, tune out and find somebody else. Go watch television or whatever you want to do. But I'm telling you that you are programmed by the television and by what I call your gatekeepers of information. That's who controls you. Where do you get your information from? Ask yourself that question. When I look on Instagram, look at Facebook, there's things people are posting shit that are lies because they want to sound heavy. They want to be, ooh, look at this here, I'm posting this here, and they make up shit. A lot of things that you see are made up, are fake. But nobody bothers to fact check anything. Nobody bothers to call them out when they lie. I'm going to say this here and I'm going to close with this. Those of you who are, I'm going to say this word, Christians, you better go back there and read what your Bible says about lying. Okay? Because the Bible talks about lying in a very serious, because it says that those who lie have a place in hell's fire, if you believe in that. But that's what it says. But I'm going to go more into that about the lies and the liars and those people who lie to you. Like I said, from the government, from the school, from your religion, all of it is a pack of bullshit and lies. All right? So until next time, again, keep your crisis radar open. Find out where you came from, who you are, and what your divine purpose is here, and you will see your life change. Again, if anything that I said to you today means anything to you, and you want to contribute and donate, please do. jaes123 at Yahoo, PayPal, $jaes124 Cash App. I thank you and I appreciate you. Remember this shit. Know where you came from because that will open up a lot of doors and take you to other levels of growth and development. Peace to all.